Well, the day is here. Throwing down some sprigs of Sunday Ultra Dwarf Bermuda grass. I've never sprigged before, but supposedly, you know, it's a lot like seed. Throw it out everywhere, water it a ton. We'll roll it in to create as much soil contact as possible. We'll also get a better knife that can cut through these dang zip ties. What in the world? Yeah, this is garbage. Okay, got it. Anyway, yeah, so this is a little bit of an experiment. Elephant in the room. I do not plan on living in this house forever, maybe not all that much longer actually. So this is, I guess, what I'm justifying as kind of an experiment, but also if it works really well and if I love it, I'm gonna take it with me. I already have decided that I'm gonna take the Tahoma 31 from the part that's not actually in my lawn. I'm gonna take that with me to the new place. If this works out well, we'll cut up the sod here and we'll take this with us too. Well, I didn't really, man, it's windy. I didn't know what to expect. I don't know how this is gonna work. Like, I'm not sure if these are gonna blow away. I don't know what's gonna happen here. So we'll probably get water up here and we will, as we're spreading them out, we'll have to water them down to try to keep them in place and maybe roll as we're spreading them too. Because yeah, the wind popped up out of nowhere. I had no clue that was happening. What do you think, Coop? You like the sprigs? Oh, you like Oliver more, okay. But yeah, no, sprigs. So really, I've never done this before, I've never seen them. It's just like grass clippings. They go through and they cut up, so there's roots exposed. You see a little bit of dirt. You wanna get the roots on the ground, wet them down, and it's Bermuda grass. And so as you can imagine, it's just gonna take root and spread and fill in the entire area. So the goal is just to spread them as evenly as possible. This is a 5,000 square foot green. You see some weeds out here, round up, and then 2 days later it rained, which I thought was kind of perfect, just any residual to wash it off of the leaves of those weeds. But those weeds are dying. They'll be dead by the time this Bermuda pops up. So we chose this spot very intentionally. There was some natural undulation and kind of some rolling hills in here. So we measured it out and picked it perfectly right like this, because as you can see, there's a lot of variation in the green to make for some exciting putting, which is terrible for me, but for the more advanced golfer, could make it pretty fun. So let's go! Because I don't know if you can see how windy it is. We're worried these were all gonna blow away. So we're trying to keep it wet. It's working out pretty well. So far, knock on wood, they're not blowing away on us, but these gusts are getting a little bit stronger. So just try to get left tool to keep it wet and we'll roll it in and top dress here in a little bit. So the sand, and by the way, I don't know exactly the right steps to doing this. Basically, it's like seed. You put the sprigs out, you water them a lot, and they'll grow. So we're putting the sand out. I think you could either do sand down before, you know, spread that out, put it down, push it down in there. I'm putting the sand down on top. Hopefully that holds the sprigs down a little bit also from the wind. Also, then maybe we'll keep a little bit of moisture on the sand, but then also something for it to root into faster, spread through. We're gonna keep top dressing with sand throughout the process. Basically, as they're growing, I'll keep putting sand, so hopefully we have a pretty good sand cap on top of this green by the time it's all said and done. Well, there we go. Kind of done for now anyway. Now it's just water, water, water. Water like crazy. I'm gonna have to be moving this sprinkler around a lot. I might have to get a different sprinkler. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I think this one's made for a higher water volume, and since we've got like 400 feet of hose from the spigot to here, it's not working great. So a lower, like a normal, like one of those rainbow sprinklers or something might be a better answer. It's hard to tell right now because of the wind's blowing so hard, the water just going really unpredictably. But anyway, just gonna water a ton and we'll keep you posted. All right, it's been 10-ish days. It feels like longer than that. We put the sprigs down on a Wednesday, and since that Wednesday where we put the sprigs down, we have had a birthday party out here with the miniature golf course. We have also scalped the entire lawn. I've been watering the sprigs. I'm already starting to taper a little bit. I was watering them as much as possible, and then we got some rain the morning of the birthday party, as you guys saw from the miniature golf course video. Got some rain that morning, which was amazing for the sprigs, but no rain since then, and I don't think there's any rain in the foreseeable future as far as the forecast is concerned. So got to keep just moving a sprinkler around up here. But I did want to mow. I'm going to come mow this fairway because everything's been put on the back burner for the miniature golf course birthday party. So I'm catching up a little bit. I want to mow this fairway, mow around the new green, and then we'll update you on how the sprigs are doing just 10 days later. Super windy today. Hopefully that's not getting in the microphone there. I don't know if I need to shield that, but stuff flying around. So trying to water in the wind, that's been kind of the game for the last week and a half. I feel like it's been windy ever since we put the sprigs down. Like the day that we put the sprigs down, it was about this windy. I was afraid that everything was gonna blow away, but it didn't. It held up pretty good. It blew into piles a little bit, and so there's some empty blank spaces in here. But when you just kind of look down, there's quite a bit of green popping up. I'm encouraged, I'm excited. I am happy with the results of how much is filling in. I wasn't completely expecting that this summer this is going to look like a perfect green. Maybe I'll be shocked because we've got at least another 2 months of hot weather for it to spread. So it should be looking a lot better after 2 more months of growth. But for right now, I'm just happy to see green because after that first 2 days, we put down the sprigs. It was super windy, just like this. And again, I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone, but it's super windy right now. The next day was just hot and dry, so I was moving the sprinkler around, trying to keep it as wet as possible. But then Friday came, the day of the miniature golf birthday party, and as we showed in that video, it rained. It rained a lot. It rained pretty hard, and then it rained pretty steady for a handful of hours until the afternoon that day, which was actually amazing. That rain, so this was all looking pretty brown, and I was kind of nervous. I was like, I don't know, I've never done sprigs before. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. I don't know what's normal. I'm guessing that a lot of that green growth that was there would die off before it could take root and start putting off new shoots, but it just didn't give me the warm fuzzies. But that rain came on Friday, and then Saturday, it was a huge turnaround. I could just tell that there was so much more growth in here. Rain is so much better than water. You guys all know this. Natural stuff is so much better than trying to supplement with a sprinkler like that. And I don't know, I've thought a lot about it as far as like, does God care if your sports team wins, or does God care about some dumb YouTube channel? But this YouTube channel, I've let on a little bit here and there, and I'll spare you the full-on story, but I sort of do feel like my life's purpose is going to be accomplished using this YouTube channel. Not necessarily that like, oh, God's, needing everybody to have nice grass, and so I need to give everyone the best advice possible. I know that that's silly. But as far as, does God care about a YouTube channel? So this year, it's kind of felt like he does. Dadgummit, every time. Okay. The weather has been so cooperative. It's been crazy, and I like to complain and say, oh, it's too windy when we're putting down sprigs, and it's too hot or it's too dry or whatever. That rain alone just came at the perfect time. And even a few weeks ago, we had a period where it was a couple weeks of pretty hot and dry weather, and so everybody likes to complain about that. It's been so hot, we need rain and this and that, but it wasn't that long. And then we got some pretty good rain for a week or two, and including that one on Friday that was just amazing and the perfect timing for these sprigs. And I just can't help but think that God has bigger plans for all of this than just grass. And that was one of my favorite things about the series we did, where people would come golf in the backyard and say, this series has nothing to do with golf. And sometimes it feels like this channel has nothing to do with grass. So we're getting there. Big things, big plans, lots more big projects. But I just appreciate you guys being here, watching the videos, following along on this journey, and I'm super excited about things to come. Just super excited about all the plans that I have for the channel, and not really the channel itself, but how the channel is going to help me get to the place to doing great things in other areas of my life. So anyway, sorry for the rant. We'll get back to grass stuff, and I'll leave you alone for a little while, for the next few videos at least, maybe. But that's the update on the sprigs. But I do think, like right now, what I want to do today, and you guys don't have to watch this, you've already seen me do that once, but I think I'm going to put out another light coat of sand on this and just slowly top dress it over time. The Earth and Turf 100 SP, that self-propelled top dresser, well actually, I am buying it. I bought it this morning. I actually literally bought it over the phone this morning. So that was just a demo thing. They sent it to me. I fell in love, and they gave me a good price because now it's used, right? So instead of having to ship it back to them and then them selling it as a used unit or trying to figure out something else to do with it, they gave me a discount. So thanks Earth and Turf for that. But I did decide to go ahead and buy the thing. I fell in love, and now it's going to be part of the Lawn Tools fleet from here on out. So anyway, you guys don't have to watch me top dress. I'll go out and do that on my own, but I'll keep you posted on this green project. We will see you later.